All right. Let's switch things up. Let's want to talk about a new show that I've been watching that's been all over the Twitter sphere and conversations on social media. Donald Glover's back with a new TV show right after he finished Atlanta season 4, season 5. Can't remember exactly, but he's back. He's back with a new show called Swarm. And to say it's fucking crazy is an understatement. I guess the best way to kind of describe what Swarm is, it's as if like Get Out mixed with Dexter mixed with the Teddy Perkins episode of Atlanta, all mashed into one. And it's absolutely insane. So for those that don't know, let's just watch the trailer.
If I got to do her makeup, I wouldn't be able to touch her face. My hands would be shaking so hard.
You still tweeting from that old ass Swarm account?
She is not like everybody else. She knows what we're thinking and she gives it a name. She's a goddess.
With your feet on the air and your head on the ground.
I gotta grow up, Dre. I can't stay here with you.
Why are you doing this to me?
I had to ask you to leave.
Try to strip and spin it.
What do you think she's doing right now?
Who's your favorite artist?
You're a killer bee. Part of the swarm. Talk about Nisha. You get stung.
They are not your friends. Those are some crazy ass fans.
This is feeling a little bit sketchy.
You know, I always knew you were gonna be something. I was like, she's so weird. You got a spare in the trunk.
No! Damn, you got a dead body in there or something? Who is your favorite artist?
You have to meet her one day. Promise me.
We will. I promise.
I don't know, I kind of like her sister better. She seems more like, spiritual.
So if you didn't catch kind of those references and what they are talking about in this show, let's talk about celebrity obsession, fan culture, online culture, and specifically with Beyonce. Like, well, he's using Beyonce as kind of like the overarching symbol of like toxic fandom, basically, and celebrity obsession. Swarm's called Swarm because it's literally alluding to Beyonce's absolutely insane fan base called the Beyhives. For those that know, that are a part of internet culture, know that if you kind of cross Beyonce or you say something bad of Beyonce or something that like her fans don't like, approve of, they will come for you. They'll come for you online and they'll come for you in a crazy manner. It's been a joke on like the Breakfast Club for I don't know how many years now, where it's like, look, you're not trying to upset the Beyhive because they'll come for you online. They'll come for your neck. They'll say the craziest things to you. They'll dox you. They'll just do toxic fan shit. And this is basically like an examination of that, but also like taken to like the extremes, most extreme levels that you can think of, because she kills people. She literally kills people. It's almost like the conversation of what would happen if a fan actually went out there and did the things that they talk about doing online, or took things to the next level and actually went out there and physically assaulted, killed, attacked people that they felt slighted. Like they're celebrity. They're everything. Like the obsession and the culture of obsession, especially when it comes to fans and fandoms these days, it's insane. So like to take that and kind of flip it on its head and turn into like this psychological horror thriller is absolutely insane and crazy. And I would only expect somebody like Donald Glover or Jordan Peele to be able to pull off something like that. Like, it's insane. It's a wild ride. I haven't seen it all. I've seen like probably like a little bit over half so far. And to say that it is kind of taking what he kind of started to establish in Atlanta, especially as in the later seasons from the Teddy Perkins episode on, where there's kind of like this surreal underlying feeling to the show, but also like kind of tension and horror elements to it. Like something just feels off at all times. He takes that and like expounds it to an entire series here. So it like visually, it's very much in line with what he was doing with Atlanta. Story wise, also like characters and people, like he breaks the fourth wall and goes meta in a lot of instances here, like he did in Atlanta, and he turns it into this crazy psychological surreal horror that is wholly unique. Like I said, outside of him and maybe Jordan Peele, I don't really see many people being able to pull this off. Like he got Paris Jackson, yes, Michael Jackson's daughter, to appear in this and take the meanest swipe at Halsey. I came out of left field, fully wasn't expecting it, and Halsey caught one of the meanest stray shots from any TV show I've ever heard. And the fact that he got her to do that and kind of also poke fun at her own criticisms that she's gotten for her entire life, basically her not being black. It's fucking brilliant. And I would only expect somebody like Donald Glover, once again, to be able to do something like that. I think if anything, that just shows how he can, you give him a blank slate and let him create something. He's definitely one of the most creative directors, filmmakers, screenwriters out there today. I want to see if I can find that Halsey swipe. Oh yeah, and Billie Eilish is also in there. So like the way he kind of breaks the fourth wall and is able to talk about these things that people have talked about for years in a way that just feels wholly different and real is insane. Oh, here we go.
Black.
So this is Paris Jackson in Swarm. And you'll see.
I mean, I ran away from my last relationship because he couldn't accept me being black.
You're black?
Yeah. My dad's half.
Half what? Black?
Yeah. That's why my stage name's Halsey. You do know who Halsey is, right? Have you been living under a rock? She's like the best singer out.
Not better than I do.
I mean, I ran away from my last relationship because he couldn't
Like, did y'all catch that? I gotta run that again.
accept me being black.
Half what? Black?
Yeah. That's why my stage name's Halsey.
Like, what? Like, what Halsey do to you, bro? Like, why did Halsey have to catch that stray? Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but maybe like 3 years ago, she came out in an interview basically saying how she's white passing and she's actually I have the article. Yeah, here we go. Halsey reflects on how being white passing, meaning she's not susceptible to violence. Or she also says like she has for sure benefited from passing as white. And that left a lot of people heads scratching, including myself. Like, I was like, wait, Halsey's not just white? Like, what? Like, she's half black? Like, no way. No way. So I didn't believe it. Like, and a lot of people kind of jumped on her, jumped down her throat, kind of shit on her, and she got ran through the internet, which Black Twitter can certainly do that. But much to my surprise, when I actually really wanted to look and to see, like, is she really half black? Bro, she is. Like, her dad is black. He's probably mixed himself in, like, but surprise, like, he wasn't lying. So, like, for her to catch that stray was wild and Swarm. But that's like just one of the many moments in Swarm that are like so surreal, so unexpected, so different that it's like, damn, only he could do this. Which also brings me to another conversation I want to say is like, if y'all remember when Jordan Peele's Get Out came out, everybody's like, oh, this is going to change landscape. We're going to get so much more like black storytellers, so much more black stories, so much more like black horror coming from black creators. And then we didn't. Like, we got a lot of kind of knockoffs. We got a lot of like shows like Them, which was just another way to examine kind of black trauma. And I don't know about you and other people in the community, but I was extremely tired of just getting these black stories, but always it being from a point of black trauma, including horror shows. Like, horror shows were touching on like slavery and all this other black trauma that we've been through as a people. And it's like, I get it. We all get it. That is an undeniable aspect of our story in America. But I also don't want it to be our only story. Like, we can create original shit. Like, we can approach these topics and genres from an original aspect, and it doesn't always have to be a play on our black trauma. So I was kind of giving up on like that black horror genre outside of Jordan Peele being a thing. But then we get this here. And this here absolutely revived my faith that is something that is like a subgenre that certainly can be, because only a black creator would be able to kind of speak to this kind of culture in the way that he's speaking about it here. And enough can't be said about that. And if there's any show out there that you're looking to watch something new, something different, I would 1000% recommend Swarm. We might actually go back and do like a spoiler cast when it's all said and done, when I get through the whole series. But as of right now, man, shout out to Donald Glover, shout out to DG. He put his foot in this thing, and exciting to see him get even more creatively out there, which is dope. And I think that we should put more money behind like these black creators and give them more freedom, where everything doesn't have to be a drug dealer story or black trauma story or whatever. We can create original ideas and our own voice and our own perspective that can stand up there with the best out there. So shout out to them. This is dope. Swarm was dope. I was excited.